Sunny's on or off?
Sunny's on.
Okay. What's up YouTube? Penny Chung Fitness here. Today we have just finished the Toronto Island Sprint Triathlon for 2023. My last race of the season. And wow, it was freaking awesome. Now the swim was pretty choppy, it was wavy, it was cold, so I unfortunately did not do quite well.
The on-ramp will take you about a minute to reach the loops, and when you do merge in at the loop, tuck over your shoulder.
Average time of 2 minutes 10 seconds. I kept getting water in my goggles kept falling off, it was chilly, people were stopping and grabbing onto the paddle boards understandably because it was really cold, it was a shock to the system, but nonetheless, at least finally I finished it. There were a couple times where I was just trying to think to myself, should I just, call it quits, but honestly, I came this far and I just really didn't want to just drop out of the swim. So I kept on going. It wasn't the result that I wanted, but I did it.
Woo! Let's go, Young!
Transition, very sandy. If you guys have done it, it's a long run to T1, but got all my gear, put my gear on and went on the bike.
Woo! Let's go, Young! Have a good ride!
Bike went really well. I think I did about 34 kilometers per hour average, much faster than the last time that I did it, which was back in 2018. And yeah, it was tons of bumps in the road, but it ended up going quite well for the bike. I hit my target power numbers for the most part. I could have pushed it just a bit more, but it went well. And the run, I did quite well. What can I say? I hit my target average pace, 4 minutes 28 seconds per kilometer. Just missed the podium by one spot. I got 4th place in my age group, men's 30 to 34, and overall 18 out of the whole race. So really well done, and I'm really happy. Overall, what are my thoughts? First of all, Multisport Canada, they put on an awesome show. I really like the medal this year, the colors are awesome, and same with the shirt. I really like the colors, the design, really well run. It was just a good time. The bike course was quite bumpy, I did notice. It's just the nature of the Toronto Island bike course, I guess. Really bumpy, so there was one point where my armrest actually twisted a bit. I heard a kind of like a crack, but I'm pretty sure it just rotated, so it went off center, but whatever. The bike, I really enjoyed putting down the power and pushing it for this bike course, so I had a lot of fun on that. And the run, what can I say? This year was a bit different than about 5 years ago when I last did it in 2018. There was more running on the grass. It was 4 laps, more running on the grass, and so it's not the worst, but just watch out for your ankles. You could sprain your ankle or twist it pretty easily. I don't know if I did enough laps. One thing that got me on the run was just trying to gauge how many laps I actually had to run through. So they did mention 4 laps, and in my head I was like, okay, 4 laps. They have a counter at the end of every lap basically with a screen, and you can kind of, as you're running past, you can check, okay, how many laps have I done? I did 4 laps, and I checked in with one of the course officials as well. Like, as I was running by, I was like, how many laps? Is it 4 laps? And then they're like, yeah, 4. I was like, okay. And every time I reached the screen, I checked, and I was like, okay, it's incrementing by 1. And then finally on the last lap, 4th lap, I was like, this seems kind of short. I might have pressed my watch late, so that could have affected it, but I think I clocked about 4.6 kilometers on the run. Should be a 5 kilometer run. I did see a number ahead of me that said red 5 as well, and I was like, oh, red is probably no good, green means go, so I'm going for the finish. So I went for the finish, and I did race quite well, I thought, other than the swim, so you never know. But I was aiming for top 10 in my age group, and my previous sprint triathlon in 2018 was a time of 1 hour 19 minutes something, but this time was 1 hour 14:38, I believe. So I shaved quite a bit of time off, and pretty happy with the results overall. I did check in with sports stats, and sure enough, I am 4th place. 4th place, roughly 30 seconds shy of the podium, which is a bit of a bummer because I know for a fact that had I not lost my goggles the many times, I would have podium. But you know, that's the sport of triathlon. I'm gonna throw those goggles out. They do not fit my face, which is weird because I wore them for Muskoka Ironman. Water went in for a bit, and then I fixed it, and it was good for the rest of the swim. But I think this time it was so cold that I kept scrunching my face or something, and water would just leak. So nevertheless, anyone who did this triathlon, it was really tough. The swim was very choppy. It was really cold, and kudos to everyone that came out, seriously. Thanks to Multisport Canada for putting on a great show, a great event as always, the officials, volunteers, and thank you so much to all the supporters that came out, especially Shannon for filming, waking up early. There's a thumbs up for her, thumbs up. And yeah, overall it was just a great race. For those that came up to me and said hi, thanks for reaching out, and I hope your race went well as well. And thank you so much for supporting me by watching my videos, commenting, subscribing, etc. It really brings this community together, just seeing people out in the races and talking to them, and yeah, it's just awesome. So I hope your race went well. This was the last of the season. What's up next? Just gonna rest, and Shannon's happy about that. No more early mornings for races, but it was a great one. We're gonna rest up, go for all-you-can-eat sushi as always. And yeah, that was a wicked race, a wicked time. 2023 triathlon season was just amazing. So many learnings, so much progress, just everything put together. This was like the cherry on top for the season. So really happy, really glad, and I'm just blessed and thankful to be able to race with a strong body. No injuries, luckily. So yeah, anyways, that's it. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting me. That was the Toronto Sprint Triathlon. And until next time, have a good one.